to the Semi-Plum Bob channel, and today we're going to continue on with my Sims 2 Pleasantview overview, part 2. Alright, so let's get to it. Here we are in the Goth household with Alexander Goth and Lucy Burb. So here they are in the Goth manor, and Alexander's back home from college. In high school, whether you know this or not, he actually fell in love with Lucy, made out with her, had his first woohoo with her, and actually ended up going steady with Lucy. So of course, in every freaking time I play Pleasantview, Alexander Goth is smitten by Lucy Burb. So this was no different. When he met Lucy, he was like, she was the one. He actually ended up being a big man on campus, and that's because he's been making friends with everybody on campus. So I thought that was pretty neat, that he became a big man on campus, like very popular and whatnot, which is pretty interesting. And he graduated, moved out, and is now living with Lucy and ready to start his life. He's no longer alone in the Goth mansion. He doesn't have a want to get a job just yet, but I'm actually going to save obtain a pet because I think that would be nice, actually. And for her, yeah, she wants a pet too. So I think they should get like a cat or dog. I think that would be so neat for them. So just to have their first pet together. She is a family sim alongside Alexander Goth. So it's only a matter of time before they would want to have babies and get married and things like that, I'm assuming. So this is the Goth household. So let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Jung household, and this is Allie. Okay, the main reason why Allie is here in this Pleasantview Let's Play is because she actually dated Isaiah in high school and actually was best friends with Alexander ever since he was young. So she was there in his life while he was lonely in that mansion. She's just like Alexander's best friend, and I thought it was appropriate for her to, you know, age up with Isaiah and Alexander because he's her best friend, and Isaiah was her quote unquote boyfriend, even though they never went steady. Went to college with him and learned a couple of things, and caught Isaiah cheating on her, not once but twice. So she's just like, screw you, Isaiah, I'm gonna go off and I want to find someone to fall in love with and kiss. So that's where we're at with Allie. I don't think she knows anybody that she could potentially be with. I don't know. So she's kind of in the same boat as Gabriella, but she's actually living in this Pleasantview apartments at the momento. So I don't know who Allie's going to actually end up with. But yeah, she does have 2 bolts with Alexander, and he's just a best friend, Allie, so don't get any ideas. Okay. So and I strongly feel like he would probably reject you because he rejected Gabriella like it was nobody's business. Anywho, so yeah, she's in the same boat. She wants to find someone to fall in love, and that's that for her. So yeah, let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Larson household with Brandy Larson, Jason Larson, and Skip Broke. So yeah, so basically this is just left off where the Larson episode left off. So yeah, every episode that is in fall is going to be the last episode for the whole review of the Pleasantview. So if you want to know in depth what happened with this family since the fall season, I would suggest you go watch it. Watch the video and you shall see exactly what happened instead of me talking about it here. So with Brandy, she was dating Sid. That's all you know. In the past, she was dating Sid. Sid cheated on her with Kaylin Langerak, and she just broke it off with him. And then she met Jason, fell in love with him, got engaged to him, and that's when Dustin went to college, married Jason, woohooed with him. And I seriously thought that Brandy and Jason would have a baby together before she became an elder, but That never happened, unfortunately, but that's completely okay. She is an elder now, and her boys are getting older, and one's an adult, one's in college, and one's at the end of his teenage life stage. So, yeah, I suppose it's good that she didn't have a baby. She's about to be a grandma anyway. All this money actually came from the freaking Jeannie to upgrade this house. So thank you, Jeannie, for allowing us to upgrade this house. Currently, right now, she wants to max this logic skill points. Jason here, his birthday is in 3 days. His is in 4. So yeah, Jason's going to become an elder in this rotation. So yeah, he's about to be an elder in winter along with his twin sister Jody. He currently wants to reach the top of the architecture career, and he's been working really closely with his stepson Dustin Broke here. So he and Dustin have been working closely together, and he actually got all the skills he needed to get that final promotion, and he shall get it on Mondays. And then I think Jason's wanting to focus on baby's career. I like that he gets to work close with his stepson and stuff like that, and he lives just across the street from them. And yeah, I just think it's so sweet. I like how close knit this family is at this point in time. Skip, however, is a romance sim, and yeah, he's been getting himself into a little bit of trouble. So, if you don't know, in the last part, he actually had a car accident driving his dad's car, quote unquote car accident. And yeah, I had a little bit of a glitch with a mod, so I called it his car accident. He had his first kiss with Audrey. He kissed Elizabeth for the first time, and Elizabeth actually rejected him for a makeout sesh. So he's just like, wow, ow, okay. And then he tried again, and she ended up making out with him the second time. But anywho, yeah, there's that. And he had a dream date with Elizabeth. He learned a lifelong happiness, and he kissed Deborah for the first time, and yeah, Bo got engaged. So yeah, this boy has just been going around kissing girls and all that good jazz. And as you could tell, he and Magdalene are not actually crushing on each other at all. So we learned why, because Magdalene actually is swinging to the other side of romance. She does not want to be with guys anymore, and we can all thank Skip for that. he, he ruined guys for her, so that's funny. At least that's what I'm saying for her. That's what happened, but anywho, yeah. And little baby here is actually at level 1 extra, so baby needs to learn how to speak to get a promotion. And yep, that's what we're planning to do. That's what Jason wants to do after he gets his final promotion, is teach baby all baby needs to know to get a promotion. So maybe when he gets out of the bath and eats, he will teach baby how to speak. I think that would be a good idea. But anywho, yep, this is the Larson household, and let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the London household. So here we have Ginger, Randy, and their twins, Gigi and Richie. So, oh my God. So Ginger is the eldest sister to the Newson clan, and as you can quite possibly tell, they, both Randy and Ginger, took over the Newson trailer here and made it their own. So yeah, as you could tell, this whole bedroom part is gone. We put a carport here for both Ginger and Randy, and yep, they are both wanting to progress in their careers. Ginger is currently in the intelligence career level 3, and Randy is currently in the adventurer career level 4. So he really wants to get this body skill point up so that he could get a promotion. So we shall do that for him very soon. But yeah, of course, Ginger being a family sim, she really wanted to have a baby. So she got pregnant and ended up having twins, which I think is perfect for the Newson clan, or now the London clan, since she married Randy, her high school sweetheart. And yeah, I just think it's just perfect. She just had freaking twins. Oh boy. So anyway, we have little Gigi, their daughter, and look how cute she is. Oh, so adorable. And then we have their son, Richie, here. Oh, look at him. He's got brown hair like his daddy, and she's got black hair like her mama. So I think that is so freaking cute. Anyways, I cannot wait to see what they look like. She maxed out her logic skill while she was in college. I actually found a magical lamp, but we're not going to use it because I think they're really good on funds at the moment. So I might give this lamp to one of her kids, I think. But she had Richie first and then Gigi. He actually graduated with honors, so he was at the top of his class as well. So yeah, he did an excellent job in college. But anywho, yep, this is the London household. And let's move on to the next household. So here we are in the Lothario household. We have Don Lothario, we have Nina Lothario, and they have their daughter Donatella Lothario. So yes, Don was a character in this Pleasantview save. Let me tell you, he was a lot different than I thought he was going to be, quite honestly. As you know, he was engaged to Cassandra, and, you know, it pretty much left her at the altar. And I think Don realized then that he was very much in love with Nina. Like, he was obsessed with Nina in this save, you guys. Like, that's all he thought about was Nina. He got so jealous when Nina would go out and be with different dudes, and I'm like, bro, you're not even together with her. You're with freaking Cassandra at this moment, but yet you were getting upset that Nina is quote unquote cheating on you. That is crazy. So anyway, yeah, that happened, and he got so jealous, and that didn't stop him from going and woohooing different women, though, because obviously, you know, Don Lothario is the womanizer of Pleasantview, and he'll always be known as the womanizer of Pleasantview. Back when Kaylin was trying to find a husband, she caught Don cheating, so she was like, I don't want to be with Don anymore, and so he was fine with that because obviously he had his sights on Nina, as always. Once again, he caught Nina, like, flirting with another guy or whatever, and he was like, you know what, screw you, Nina. I don't even want to be with you no more. This is, like, the second straw. I don't even want to see you again. And Nina is over here so freaking confused because she's just like, we're not even together, my dude. We're not even together. Like, you're out woohooing all these women. Why can't I go out and woohoo all these men? You know what I'm saying? So he's very, like, possessive over Nina. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, so for a while there, Dawn and Nina were separated. He actually went for the sister, Dina, and made out with her, and it ultimately ended up woohooing Dina as well. But he soon realized that after he did that, Dina was not like Nina. You know, Dina was different. Dina already was tied down with 2 kids, and Dawn was like, you know what, I don't even want to be with Dina. I want Nina back. So shortly after that, he went after Nina after she married Chester, okay? He was like, you know what, I want Nina. I do not want Dina. I do not want all these other girls. I really want Nina. He showed up at the house and he was like, look, I like you. I want to be with you, and I want you to be with me. I don't want you to be married to this lame ass dude that can't even take care of you. He doesn't even have a freaking job. I work in the medical career. I could take care of you, Nina. And I think Nina always loved Dawn as well, if I'm being quite frank and honest. She just loves him. And when he came and finally confessed his feelings to her and stopped trying to push her away and get mad when she goes and dates other guys, she's just like, you know what? The only way I would do it is if you want to commit to me. Do you want to commit to me? And he said, yeah, divorce your husband and come live with me. Be my wife. And yeah, he actually had the want to get engaged to Nina Caliente. Like, legit had the want. And I was like, huh? So he actually fought Chester and won the fight. So Nina left Chester, divorced him, and he got engaged to Nina shortly after that. He learned sociology. He took Nina out on a date, and that's where he proposed. He proposed in the restaurant and got a tray dropped on him in the process, which I think is so hilarious. He deserves it. But anyway, and then he got married to Nina because they wanted to get married. So I was like, okay, well, cool. They both wanted to get married, so we're doing this. So they had a good wedding party, and he keeps going out on dates with his brand new wife. The genie lamp to upgrade their house. So as you could tell, his house looks totally different. There's a whole big bedroom back here for their daughter, and yeah, this has been expanded up here, and yeah. It looks different. It looks just a little different and upgraded now. And there's 2 cars here for both Nina and Dawn. So yeah, anywho, the last thing that happened is, of course, Dawn isn't going to stop being who he is. He's still going to go and woohoo women because that's what he wants. So he did woohoo Shannon, and he did flirt with Denise and all that before Donatella was born. So currently at this moment in time, he doesn't want to cheat, but he does want to woohoo. So maybe he and his wife could go woohoo or something. But yep. Yes, so the unborn baby in that one video is actually his daughter. So, whew, we could wipe our brow on that one, right? Now with Nina here, she was so confused with Dawn, okay? Because Dawn was her first. He was everything to her, and every time that he was just like, "You cheated on me," and she was like, "I didn't cheat on you. We're not even together." It was just so confusing, but ultimately, she was happy to leave Chester because, as you can quite possibly tell right here, she had an affair with a bunch, and I mean a bunch of guys. Look at all these affairs. Oh my God. It was a lot. And she had all these affairs while she was pregnant with Ernest as well. So she was happy to be divorced from him. She was like, you know what? I'm so glad to be rid of that loser. Dawn is right. He's not the one for me. I want to be with Dawn. So, of course, she got engaged and married to Dawn. And immediately, just like Dawn had affairs right after their wedding, so did Nina. Nina had affairs. So Nina has been, sleeping around as well and had affairs. She actually had an affair with their maid, Remington Harris, that keeps coming in. So, yeah. Fun. And she learned the sociology skill and had Donatella at the very end of their adult life. So she and Dawn are about to be elders. So that was really close of them not having a baby. Really, really freaking close. But Donatella is here. And, yep, that's the only child they're going to have. Quite obviously. Yeah, you can thank ACR for this one, too. Anyway, this is the Lothario household. And, yeah, let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Newson household with Gavin Newson, his wife Carolina Newson, and their daughter Dakota Newson. So, oh my gosh, oh, so cute. As you may or may not know, Gavin is one of the eldest children of the Newson clan. So he is the teenager that took care of all his younger siblings alongside his sister Ginger. But while he was a teenager, he actually was an overachiever in the athletic career. So he reached the top of his career, met Carolina, kissed her for the first time, made out with her, fell in love with her, went steady with Carolina, and then they both went to college together. And shortly after that, they actually got engaged. But he also wrote a novel to make extra money for college. He actually graduated with honors, so I am very proud of him. He worked really hard and graduated with honors from college. But unfortunately, he had a horrible graduation party. It wasn't nothing to brag about, so he was just like, meh. shortly after that, he got a job in the architect. So he is also an architect. And this dude right here is level 9 as well. So he is leveling up his career pretty dang fast. And he knows Dustin. He met Dustin on the job. So Dustin's been helping out quite a few of these Sims to get promoted in the architect career. So I think it's pretty cool that they all working in the architect with them. Got the job in the architect, and then shortly after that, they got the want to get married. So he married Carolina, and they had a great wedding party, and he kept getting promoted after promotion. And I think ACR had Carolina get pregnant. So she was pregnant with Dakota and had baby Dakota shortly afterwards. And let me say, this is the cutest thing ever. Like, of course, he draws on this thing much like Jason does. And he drew his wife. Like, look at this. Look at this. He drew his wife while she was pregnant. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I love this. And then he is over here and he actually drew it as well. Look at little baby with the diaper and everything. Look at that. I just love these pictures so freaking much. And obviously, I'm going to have Gavin draw a lot of pictures of Dakota and his wife Carolina because he is just so in love with his family. Carolina is actually a pleasure sim because she's Gemini. She's actually employed in the dance career, which I think is pretty cool. We got another dancer in Pleasantview, so she's a pop and lock performer. I kind of want to send her off to learn the break dancing just because she's a dancer. Yep, that's right. That's why I want to do it, just because she's a dancer. So soon I want to send Carolina over there to learn the break dance. And then she had Dakota. And now for this household, I thought it would be so fun for this household to name the babies after states from the U.S. So since her name is Carolina, I wanted to name her children, or her and Gavin's children, after states from, the U.S. So that's why the baby's name is Dakota. So the next baby, I'm not sure what I want to name the next baby, if they do have another baby. But yep, that's the whole trend I'm doing here, is naming them after U.S. states. Anywho, yep, this is the Newson household, and let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Newson household. This is Newson household 2.0 with Gallagher Newson and his fiance, Opal Raymond. Ignore their outfits. They just moved in, and I just furnished it just a little bit because they just graduated college. Gallagher is part of the, the Newson clan. He started off as the child in that household. So, yeah, as you may or may not know, when he became a teenager, he met Opal, fell in love with her, and was like, hey, I want to date her. So he actually, went steady with Opal. And the funny thing about Opal is that when they were in high school, she was seen eating out of the trash can. So kids kind of made fun of her for it. And Gallagher didn't care. He was like, I don't give a shit what other teenagers are saying about you, Opal. If you ate out of the trash can, whatever. I mean, why are you eating out of the trash can? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but yeah, that was a weird rumor that was happening when they were teenagers. But he didn't care. He still liked Opal, and he still wanted to be with her. So here she is. But it looks like Max actually chased Gallagher away when he went and visited and checked up on his younger brother's girlfriend, Hope. So that's funny. In freshman year, he knew exactly. He knew. He just knew that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with Opal. So, of course, he asked her to marry him, and she said yes. So they're engaged before they completed their freshman year, moved into this house here, and got a job in the oceanography career. And that's the career that he wanted, so that's where he's at. He's a level 4 dive master at this moment in time. And he currently wants to adopt a puppy and whatnot, so I'm thinking I'm probably going to give it to him. I think that would be a good thing. And for Opal here, She is currently a fortune sim. She wanted to get a career in adventurer, so she is currently a level 1 in the adventurer career. She's starting from the very bottom despite going to college, which I think is freaking hilarious. But anywho, um, she's level 1 in the adventurer career. And yeah, the same with Opal. She just had to get through all these sims, like spreading rumors about her and making her feel like not worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? So she had to get over those rumors, and it didn't matter anyway because Gallagher still liked her and still asked her to marry him. So yeah, they're here and ready to start their life together. So currently she wants to flirt with Gallagher and obtain a pet, so I shall give them, I think I want them to get a puppy. So yep. Anyways, this is the Newson household here, and let's move on to the next one. Here we are in the Autumnus household. So yes, this household has changed from Pleasant to Autumnus because Angela is now married to her husband. So anywho, let's get to this. So here in this household, we have Angela, David, and their son Michael. So all right. So with Angela. So let's see. So as you know, she did go steady with Dustin when they were in high school. She became enemies with her sister because, like I said, Angela was pretty much a bitch. She was so mean to her sister and was a big bully in high school. I didn't really like her that much in high school. She was somebody so unlikable. But anywho, yeah. She had her first woohoo with Dustin. Her grandpa and her grandma died. So there's that. She actually fought with her sister. They actually had a fist fight, and she lost the very first fist fight with her sister, but won the last two. So she feels like she's still the superior twin at that moment because she won 2 fights and only lost 1. So yeah, she got the better score in that, she said. So she moved out, went to college, and to her surprise, her and Lilith actually went to the same college, to the same dorm, and they were like, "What the hell are you doing here? What the hell are you doing here?" Well, anyways, they had to grin and bear it and go to college together. Mostly because they both are popularity sims. Angela and Dustin decided not to be together in college anymore, and she actually decided to give David a shot because she was attracted to David anyway, and David went to college with her. So anyway, she kissed David and joined a Greek house, and just really fell in love with David while she's living the college life and having a good time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, her and David ended up starting to date in college. She maxed her creativity skill while she was in college, and she graduated, and so did Lilith. So they graduated at the same time. So the funny thing about Angela while she was in college was that she got a taste of her own medicine because Angela was always like, "I'm superior" and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, So this girl named Lisa Day did not like that. She's like, "I don't know who the hell you think you are, but you're not any better than anybody." And Angela's like, "Who are you talking to?" So yeah, Angela got a taste of her own medicine, got into a fight, lost the fight with Lisa, and that ever since then it humbled Angela. She's no longer, I want to say she's no longer like that because I haven't seen those tendencies yet again, but yeah, Lisa really knocked some sense into Angela and was like, "Stop acting that way because nobody's appreciating it. Nobody believes a word you're saying." So yeah, so she graduated, moved out, and got a job. Believe it or not, she wanted to get a job in the law enforcement career. So she is actually a police officer at the moment. Let's see. She's actually in the Vice Squad. She's level 5 of the career. So I take this as her turning her life all the way around. Instead of being a diva about things, she's actually like more humble and trying to be a better person. So that's how I'm seeing things. So I'm glad that Angela is turning her life around and trying to be a better person at this stage in time. But, anywho, as time went along, though, I think something's wrong with Angela's noggin. She's been obsessed with grilled cheese. When her parents were still alive, they all wanted to go on vacation. So they all decided to go to Tweaky Island, which is the beach vacation world. So they went to the beach, had a good time, learned a new massage, went on tour, learned to hula dance, swam in the ocean, and on that said beach, David asked her to marry him. And Angela said yes. So that was great. Now, the funny thing I want to say about this is that neither Angela nor David had the want to get engaged or get married, but her parents, Mary Sue and Daniel, did. They wanted somebody to get engaged and get married. So I figured I will let them have that. So he asked because her parents really wanted them to be together before they died. So that happened. She said yes. They got engaged. She got a voodoo doll from the guy, from the witch doctor, and had a great time on vacation. Well, the funny thing is, while she was gone on vacation, you guys, she found out she was pregnant. And she was like, oh my God, I'm having a baby. I'm pregnant from being on vacation. You know what I'm saying? So they got married shortly after they got back from vacation and started living their lives. She's been so obsessed with grilled cheese at the moment. She maxed her body skill point, all because she learned that sociology skill thing. And then she had Michael. And yeah, I am so glad that both of her parents were able to meet their grandson before they passed. And look at their grandson. He is a blonde. He is a blonde. Recessive blonde genes, I swear. Shortly after Michael was born, Daniel died and Mary Sue died as well. And yep, that's where we are at this moment in time. And now the whole house belongs to Angela and David. So David here, when he was a teenager, he got fired from his job. And ever since that happened, he didn't really have the desire to get another teen job. So I don't think he got another job while he was a teenager. But yeah, his grandma died while he was a teenager. He got his scholars grant. He moved out and went to college. And that's where he met Angela. They had he had his very first kiss with Angela and really just fell for her, honestly. He got a job in the culinary career, and he's right now a sous chef level 7, which is a very good level in this career. He's getting paid decently. And they're both getting paid pretty decently, actually. So, yeah. I'm waiting on him to want to get his cooking and logic skill up, but we shall see if that ever happens or not. He actually found a magical lamp that he could have, but I don't think I used it. Or did I? I might have used it. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. I think I might have used it to upgrade this house. Anyway, they're pretty much rich at this moment because of all the deaths and their success and whatnot. And he also got a big bonus at work. So that's also the reason why we have a lot of money right now, is because I had a chance card. I clicked the cherry on top one, and it gave him a huge bonus at work. And yeah, that's pretty much it of the Artemis household here. And yeah, so let's move on to the next household. Here we are in the Artemis household, the original Artemis household. So we have Peter Artemis, Samantha Artemis, Charlotte Artemis, Billy Artemis, and Ryan Artemis. So yeah, Peter here is still employed in the journalism career. I am so proud of Peter. Even though he is a romance sim, he never once wanted to cheat on his wife, Samantha. And I just think that, you know what, if Peter can do it, other sims can do it too. So, anywho, that gives me hope. But as you know, he and Samantha started off there with his mom, Dora, and all their kids, David, Charla, Tommy, and the twins, which I named Billy and Ryan. The first thing you would notice is Peter and Samantha are both elders now, so they are grandma, grandpa status. They are ready to go meet their grandsons. Finally got Peter and Samantha to go out on dates together because they really wanted to do that. And they actually did a public woohoo together because that was something Peter really wanted to do. So they lived a little in their later part of their lives right before he aged up into an elder. But yeah, they had the last rendezvous out and about while they were at the end of their adult life. Even though he is a romance sim, he still loves his family. And I mean, look, he wants to get another grandchild. He wants a relative to get married. So, like, it's just amazing here. So anyway, that's Peter. On to Samantha here. I'm just gonna say the exact same thing for Samantha. Samantha actually is a high school principal right now, so her chance cards really helped her a lot to progress in her career. So she is actually a level 7 in the education career, so she's actually a high school principal, which I think is so fitting for her. I think it's perfect for Samantha to be a high school principal. Also wanting her relatives to get married and get grandchildren. She's excited to be a grandma and have her children live happy lives as adults. Charla here moved back in with her parents, mostly because she doesn't have anybody special to share things with. But yeah, she really wants to become a Hall of Famer level 10. So obviously she's going to join the athletic career. So I'm going to take that off. I think I originally wanted her to be in politics because I was like, oh, politics sounds fun. But then I checked her lifetime want. She wants to be a Hall of Famer. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll just put her in the athletic career. Things have changed quite a bit since the last time we were here in the Autumn's household. So as you could tell, this back bedroom is no longer exists. Instead, we have a little study area back this way with the computer and the bookshelf and whatnot. And we have this picture. Look at them, so cute. And then we also have more pictures. So there's a picture of Billy up on the wall as well. So as you can quite possibly tell, Ryan is doing really good in painting. So I always check that to see if one of the careers that they want is associated with their lifetime wish. But she also wants to be friends with Julian, and that's mostly because she is attracted to this man like 3 bolts. So this is making me nervous. I feel like she's gonna get together with an older man, and I hope she doesn't break up a family. You know, her best friend is Lucy Burb, so they're still very close, still very best friends. Yeah, she's here. She graduated. The only thing going for her, she had her very first kiss right before she left college with Julian, and that was shocking. And then now she's back home living with her parents, and now she wants to be friends with Julian. So I wonder what's going to happen with that, with her and Julian. I wonder if they're going to get together or not. Who knows? Who the hell knows? But I'm like, is he like your thing? Let's see. She currently has the hots for Julian Cook. Yeah. So he is technically her her one sim she's attracted to at the moment. Billy here is Sly Dog. He actually found a magical lamp very young in his life, actually, when he was a child, I believe. But he had his very first kiss with Georgia Newsom, who, you know, is in college at the moment. So, yeah, he's like one away from going to college. So, he's a little bit behind her. But yeah, he went out with Georgia, then he went out with Mina and made out with Mina as well. So yeah, he's been with more than one sim at the moment, which, you know what, I think it's okay. Mostly because, you know, him and Georgia ain't going to be together anyways, since Georgia is now engaged to Bo. So he could just do whatever. He's fine. So that's pretty much Billy. And for Ryan here, oh boy, so as you can quite possibly tell, something did happen just now. Just now, something happened with Andrea Collin. Just now, which I think it's so funny about their 2 relationship. With Billy here, he actually got into a couple of fights with Juan Harris here. He and Juan do not like each other. They like to push each other, poke each other, fight each other. It's just crazy. So he and Juan do not get along at all, which I thought was interesting that their autonomous interactions came out to be negative. But anyways, back to Ryan here. So with his thing, like, it was the same for him and Andrea. Him and Andrea would argue that it was literally they hated each other. They just their relationship went so low. It was so close to being enemies, these two. But to my freaking surprise, for freaking Ryan here and for freaking Andrea here, he actually finds her attractive. So I was like, is this an enemies to lovers trope going on right now? So they got their relationship up, and yeah, they actually ended up being together. Enemies to lovers, hello. So it went from fighting to actually the last thing they did was woohoo. So they just got done woohooing in here, like just now. So that is interesting, but yeah. His first kiss was actually with Tina. I don't know if they're gonna be like together, but this is enemies to lovers, and I have a feeling that Andrea is probably gonna age up with Ryan here. So maybe they'll be together, maybe they won't. It really depends. But anyway, yeah, that happened. I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, this is the Artemis household, and now let's move on to the next household. So here we are in the Picasso household. We have Matthew Picasso, Jessica, Brittany, Clay, and Anthony. So this is the couple. Matthew and Jessica are the couple that are in the military. And he's currently level 7 and she's currently level 5. She has 2 days until she ages up, and she's like, I want to have a baby. And I'm like, you're not going to have one because you have 2 days left until you're an elder, so you're done. So yeah, raising their twins was hell on earth, let me tell you. Their mood was down. It was red. Their needs, all of this was red, and it was so hard to take care of the twins by themselves. So I feel for the Newson or the London household right now, because it's gonna be fun. Anyway, yeah, so the only thing is they had another son named Anthony, and then they're not gonna have any more because they're about to be elders. So this is where Anthony's bedroom is at. Nothing really new happened with them. Now with their daughter Brittany, so ACR is so fun. So much fun. Oh my god, I mean, it really is, but it just did things I didn't expect to do to the twins here. Relatively around the same time as well. But yeah, she learned anger management, she learned sociology, so she maxed out her body skill point from that. And here it is, maxed it out by jump roping. Look at that. So honestly, you know, she could be in the military. You know, she has the gift to do it since she maxed out her body skill point, but she doesn't want to be a part of the military, I don't think. Yeah, she wants to be a game designer, so she's just like, I don't really want to do that. But anywho, yeah, she actually fell in love with Kiran Ramaswamy, and I was like, oh, Kiran, okay, cool. So she kissed him, and she was very happy to be with him, made out with him, and then decided to woohoo him. So her and Kiran actually had their first woohoo, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Maybe her and Kiran could be together. I don't think that's going to happen, honestly. I'm like, they have one bolt, so it's like not like the end of the world if she doesn't end up with him or not, but I don't know if it's actually going to happen, because wait until we get into the Ramaswamy household, okay? But anywho, yeah, she lost her V card to Kieran here, which was very surprising. Thanks, ACR. And I'm going to say the same thing about Clay here. Oh my God, Clay. So with Clay, he also learned the sociology skills, but he hasn't done anything to do with body. So I might, since he wants to gain a skill point, I might actually have him do something with body to get his body skill up, since he's learned that, just so that we can have that under his belt here. But yeah, his very first kiss was with, of course, Mina Goth, and he doesn't know Mina that well. Like, they're just friends. They're just friends, and he was like, you know what? I think I just want to lose it. I just want to get it over with and go for it. So he did. He went for it. He and Mina, he had his very first woohoo with Mina Goth, Mina Goth. And so, yeah, that happened. He became best friends with Magdalene, and he actually went on a date with Elena Roseland. He kissed her, made out with her, and fell in love with Mina Roseland, or Elena Roseland. So I don't know. Maybe he and Elena will end up being together. I'm not exactly sure on that yet, but he's happy to have, went out with her. He fell in love with her, so it might be Clay and Elena. Who knows? And then as for little Anthony here, he really wants to be friends with his older sister, Brittany here. But he also wants to be friends with Sophie Roseland. And I think that's pretty much it with him. Yep. There's nothing much happening with little Anthony yet because he's still a young lad. He recently had a birthday not too long ago. So, yeah. This is the Picasso household. And let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Pleasant household with Lilith Pleasant and Dirk Dreamer here. So, yeah. Lilith inherited this trailer from her grandparents, Herb and Coral Oldie. So she now lives here, and as you can tell, she decorated with a goth aesthetic. So she changed everything to be dark in color to match her aesthetic, which I think is so perfect. And so currently her and Dirk are dating each other at the moment. Yep, and she is in the athletic career. She's level 4 at the moment. So that's what she's doing. And for Dirk here, he's actually level 6 of business. And he's actually doing really well. He's ready to get promoted this morning when he goes to work. So yeah, I'm very happy for him and proud that he's going to go and get his promotion. He's a senior manager in the business career. So she went to college. She joined a Greek house. She maxed out her creativity skill while in college, and then she graduated. So nothing really happened. Nothing big really happened in college other than she graduated. Here, they just been enjoying the dating life with each other. They haven't had any wants to get married or anything like that. So I don't know if they actually will or not, but they have been wanting to go out on dates a lot. So they've been dating each other, just living life together. Who knows if they ever get engaged or married, but yeah, and Daniel and Mary Sue died, and so yeah, she's still a very happy person. Like, the death of her parents didn't faze her hardly any. She's just like, oh, they're dead. Well, okay, that happened. With Angela, they no longer hate each other. It's 0. They stay out of each other's lives. I think Lilith is still sore about what Angela has done to her in the past. So Lilith does not trust her twin sister at all. So understandably so. She just doesn't want to be involved in her sister's life. He was an overachiever. He reached the top of his intelligence career back in high school, and he graduated with honors. So Dirk over here really studied hard in college and also graduated with honors. So good job, Dirk. He maxed out his logic skill point, and yeah, he's just been dating Lilith and just trying to level up in his career and hopefully reach the top of it because he's a fortune sim. So yeah, that's exciting. The only thing that these two really want to do is juggle and go out on dates. So I don't foresee them like really progressing and having babies. Maybe. I have no idea. It's like it's up in the air at this point. Like, he does want to go and woohoo in the bed and stuff like that, so it could happen with ACR, but I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen with these two, to be honest. But anyways, yeah, let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Ramaswamy household. So we have Sanjay, Priya, Kiran, and Bodhi. So funny thing is, as you could tell, Sanjay and Priya are now elders. Kiran, little baby Kiran, from when we recorded in winter, is now a teenager. So that's crazy. And he has a little brother named Bodhi. So Yeah, what has happened since then? He actually sold a masterpiece on the painting easel. So that was pretty neat. And that actually helped with money because his wife was going to work and he didn't want to get a job and he was just depressed. He was just like, I don't really want a job at all. So he's just been making money by selling masterpieces and pretty much writing books too. So yeah, he did both. But anyways, yeah. So he's been doing things like that. And then they had another son named Bodie. And he learned couples counseling. He threw parties, specifically birthday parties for his children. Hallelujah. When he finally became an elder, guess what Sanjay wanted to do? He wanted to get a job in the music career. Like, he finally wanted to get back into it. So he's a level 6 roadie at the moment. He wants to buy a recliner, and that's at least 500. But I'm hoping that he would want to get his mechanical skill point up because I think it would be like so great for him to be able to reach the top of this career since, you know, he was so depressed about not having it. Now, as for Priya here, so Priya worked all her life, all the way up till this point in her life. She was the sole provider for the Ramaswamy household. So, yeah, so as time went along with Priya here, she realized that her dream of being a media magnet might not, or media magnate, probably will not happen. She's a realist in this. She's like, you know what? It's probably not going to happen because where the company I'm working for is being discriminative and not allowing me to get my promotions. So she had that mindset toward the end of her adult life. And when she turned into an elder, she was like, you know what? I would rather stay home and freaking write books. So she got into the writing business of writing novels instead and got the want to quit her job. So instead of quitting, I had her retire because she worked all that time, up until this point. And I was like, you know what? You're going to get a pension for everything you've done, Priya. So she is currently retired obituary writer level 5. She's going to get paid $163 per day for her hard work in her career. So I am super proud of her. And now I honestly believe this is well deserved. She wants to go on an island vacation. And I, for one, want her to. I want her to go and relax and just have a good time over there in Twiki Island. So I'm saving that, and I really want to save up more money to be able to go. So yeah, he is currently going to be the breadwinner for this household at the moment. He's going to be the one to go to work now in the later parts of their life while Priya gets to stay home and do what she wants. I think it's only fair. So anyways, there's that. And then we got Kieran here. He actually grew up to be a romance sim. So yeah, that now you know why he probably will not date. He probably will not date Brittany because he's a romance sim. And you know what that means. He's going to be getting with more than one girl. But anyways, he did fall in love with Brittany and had this first kiss with her and woohooed with Brittany. But shortly after he got done wooing with her, you know what Karen did? He went right to kissing Mina and he made out with Mina as well. So it's not exclusive, but he is enjoying his life. He also has a crush on Marsha here as well. So it's yeah, he's living his life as a romance sim. And as for his younger brother Bodie here, who's about to be a teenager, his best friend happens to be Tandy Traveler, so he's about to be the same age as Tandy. So it makes sense for them to be best friends, honestly. So yep, that's pretty much it on that. All right, and let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Roseland household. We have Kaylin, Sid, Elena, Sophie, Theo, and Olivia. A full house here. So, yeah, as much as you can pretty much tell, Kaylin has been wanting to have babies over and over and over, but now she's about to be an elder, so no more babies for you. We're done. 4 is enough. Okay? Okay. She got her job in the law enforcement career. She's currently a level 8 SWAT team leader. When she goes back to work, maybe not, she needs some friends, she could get promoted. But anywho, she really wants to max out that logic skill point. So I think it's very possible for her to max out this skill or this career if she really wanted to, which is really nice. But yeah, that's pretty much all Kaylin has been doing. She's been, you know, living her best life with Sid and having his babies. Every time she pops one out, she wants another. So she actually maxed out the cleaning skill in the midst of it all. She learned fire safety and, yeah, just having kids and wanting to get her skills up. So that's pretty neat. Now for Sid here, he is currently in the medicine career. He wants to reach level 7 of the mechanical skill point. So he also wants to work on his career here. And yeah, so I am assuming that after he gets this mechanical skill point up by 1, he shall get a cleaning skill point, or a want to get a cleaning skill point shortly after. But yeah, it looks like he and Kaylin are about to age up to elders. Anyway. Here we are. We have Elena as a teenager. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how old she is now. But anywho, she's a teenager and she's a pleasure sim because she is a Gemini. She has found the magical lamp, so she is pretty much set up to get a nice house when she graduates college, since she wants to go. She kissed Clay for the first time, made out with Clay, and fell in love with him. So who knows if her and Clay will actually end up being together or not, but we shall see on that front. This is Sophie, their second born. Nothing really much has happened with her. I mean, she's about to age up to a teenager in this next upcoming round. So yeah, Sophie is ready to age up, and she's actually friends with Clay, and she wants to be friends with Anthony, and we got Simon and Ernest. Like, she knows a couple of these children that she could potentially end up with in the future. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. And then we have little Theo, the only boy of the household here. So he currently wants to learn to do his homework with the help of one of his parents. So we shall do that on Monday when he brings home his homework. But yep, that's pretty much it for him. He's just a fresh child at this point. And, you know, of course, we have little baby Olivia here, and she was just born not too long ago. So, yeah, this is the Roseland household, and thank you, Jesus. We are done having babies for this household. Now it's time to move on to the last household. Finally, the last but not least of the households, we have the Traveler household with Trent here, Trisha, and their son Tandy. So yeah, he is currently level 8 of the oceanography career, and since he is a knowledge sim, he's been wanting to learn his skills, so he shall definitely get a promotion next time he goes to work. He maxed out his body skill and his mechanical skill point, and he's just ready to get promoted in his career and reach the top of it, it looks like. So good job, Trent. Now, for Trisha, she is currently a popularity sim, and she is in the culinary career, so she hasn't been wanting to get this creativity skill point up recently. She's just been wanting to do her logic skill point for some reason. But here lately, she wants to make friends with Kevin, so maybe we shall make friends with him. Who knows? But anywho, yeah, that's currently the only thing new for her. She wants to make friends to help progress in her career, I suppose. And for Tandy here, Tandy grew up to be a pleasure sim, much like his older sister, who he idolizes. So he loves Tina. His older sister is someone he just looks up to a lot. So yeah, Tandy is a fresh teenager here, so nothing really big has happened for Tandy. honestly. Like, I don't think he knows anybody to woo or anything quite yet, mostly because he's a fresh teenager. Let's see. Where did I put it? Oh, yeah, over here. For Tandy, he is straight low, so yeah, he would like girls, I think. Anywho, yep. And that is the Traveler household, and thus this is the end of the videos. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope you liked my overview of Pleasantview. And yeah, I'm so excited to jump right back into it and play more of this game and record some households in each season until rotation 3 comes around. So yeah, again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next part or the next video. Everybody have a great day.